So basically, those that don't know about Oxwhite, Oxwhite starting with the belief that why do we have to pay so much more for quality? And our first hero product back in about a year and a half ago was just a very simple, high quality white shirt that are affordable, especially for Asian people like us in Malaysia. So we benchmark international big brands like Hugo Boss and Brooks Brothers. We make it with American top cotton, which is Supima cotton with non-iron shirts. And we retail a fraction of what they used to retail at, and we make it very affordable for everyone and help people. Men's here, particularly in Malaysia, looks great at a price they can't even believe it. So how we make it possible selling 3,000 shirts in few hours time, because we have done very strong foundation work, preparation work that was to gather the audience before we launch. So as anybody asked me, CK, what is your key success for this? I would say I'm not asking few friends or tens of friends or hundreds of friends. I'm getting a validation of 60,000 people. You hear me right? 60,000 people sign up and interested in our shirts before we launch. Yeah. So that was the hard work we have choose to take to have a validation. Because initially, why we do the validation, because I have very limited budget to start this process. Once I found a manufacturer that can make shirts for us, I have basically two choices. First, to put all my money into making the shirts and left more money marketing the shirts. Or I spend money on marketing and make the shirts later when I can sell the shirts. So I choose the later step, which is I spend the money on marketing, telling people I have a belief that we should not pay so much more for quality. And one way you can do that is you buy our shirts. And in order for us to offer you this amazing price, there's a catch. There's waiting 3 months for the shirts. That means we took your order first, and we took your orders and we put your order through our manufacturer later. You wait 3 months, then our ship will ship to you. So this is the very out-of-box strategy that I inspired from our low-cost carrier airline here in AirAsia. So
our own Tony Fernandez.
Yeah. Yes. So if he can pre-sell the airline tickets months in advance and people get the savings, why can't I do it with my shirts? Honestly, if you ask me, the books I read, usually the autobiography of the people who inspired me. If you look behind my wall, we have Elon Musk, we have authors of different kind. We have Sir Richard Branson, we have Tony Fernandez. So all these are mentors. So I read their book because I want to know their journey. I want to know their background, how they grow up, and what kind of challenges they have faced for their career. So it gives me a good mirror. Every time I face a challenge, I will look at them. Well, Tony Fernandez at my age, at 40 years old, he already start asking money for hundreds of millions, and I'm just asking for a few millions. Is still not a big deal for me. So I wouldn't take it as a big challenge. So having a right mentor that inspired me or inspired you, I think that is very helpful for you to read his or her autobiography and watch the YouTube, see how they speak and what they think, how they think, what their perspective. That can really help you to shape yourself to be the person who you want to be. Try and error. Just try and error. Every successful campaign or strategy you've seen, there are probably 9 out there that fail. So, and those are success, we keep improve on it. And those that fail, we see what's reason it failed, and then see if we can do a different version of that. So even today, what we always believe is don't be fulfilled for what we have achieved. That's why even a very simple newsletter that you receive from Oxwhite that will become in very high quality, and it gets better every time because the team just have a belief, don't stop. The success, like I hardly talk about how many shirts I sold during the first launch, because that's no longer relevant to me, to the business. So what is so important is how we are relevant today to our customers. So my biggest, I would say the biggest of one objective of the whole company is continue to build a raving fans for our customers. So that is the number one objective. So even with that, myself, I have personally replied customer inquiries that come into my Facebooks, to my WhatsApp, or to my email. So I will make sure they will get the attention they deserve, and we keep them in a loop. We are doing so. That is because, as I told you, a lot of living legends are my model. So people like Steve Jobs, people like Xiaomi founder Lei Jun, and Sir Richard Branson or Tony Fernandez, all these are inspiration. And I'll live through my day to the best at what I can do to offer the very best customer experience through the product and services that we can offer. My biggest fear for me now is to feel that I'm successful already. That's my biggest fear. The feeling that I'm fulfilled, wow, I've done a good job, very successful. That's my biggest fear, the self-ego. Because there's a long, 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 long road ahead of us, who we can be and how we can be. So as I say, those people that inspire me, they constantly have one thing, the biggest fear is the fear of fulfilled. Being not fulfilled keep me awake, keep me lots of energy to keep pursuing what I think is impossible.